After playing 1,301 regular season and postseason games combined through his first 16 seasons in the NBA, Richard Jefferson made it to preseason game number 5 of his 17th season when he might have had the plug pulled on his career for good. About an hour before the Cavs faced the Orlando Magic, while Jefferson was on the court getting shots up and rookie Kay Felder was in the corner of the locker room scrolling his phone, news broke that Cleveland had agreed to a deal that would send Jefferson, Felder, some money and 2 second-round draft picks to the Atlanta Hawks for the chance to save a boatload of cash, $12.8 million in luxury tax, and stock their shelves with a couple of European players they'll keep stashed overseas for the time being. Given the complex nature of the deal, the trade was not official come tip-off. And so after being filled in about the pending transaction, Jefferson and Felder were pulled out on the lineup, and with nowhere to go since the team was on the road, they were left to sit in their warm-ups and watch from the bench as their last game as members of the Cavs organization played out in front of them. No one would blame Jefferson if he was upset. No one would fault him if after all the practices and shoot-arounds and bus rides and plane rides and hotel rooms and ankle tapings and ice baths and arena meals suddenly stopped, he ended up catatonic and simply going through the motions, like Spike Lee's famous dolly shot from Malcolm X, there but not really there. Not RJ. Nope, instead you saw him halfway through the second quarter when there was a break in the action and Ty Lue was calling for a massive 5-man substitution, get up from his seat with the rest of the subs heading in, pretend to tear off his warm-up pants, and even take a couple steps towards center court to really sell the gag, as if he was going to sneak in with the group like a concert-goer trying to get through a crowded gate without a ticket. His teammates ate it up. And Jefferson returned to the bench wearing a smile so big you would have thought the Cavs just won Game 7 all over again. He's had a good career, and if he goes somewhere else, someone is going to get a good player. He's a pro, he's a good dude, and you got to get past his bad jokes, but it is what it is. He's been a great teammate, Kyle Korver said after the game when asked about Jefferson, who slipped out before media was let into the locker room. He has the ability when he walks in the room to just lighten the mood. He can always, no matter what's going on or how tense things might be, he can just lighten the mood in a really fun way. It's just one of his gifts. It's something that we're going to miss for sure. Korver said there was a processional throughout the night, with just about every Cavs player and staffer approaching Jefferson to thank him one-on-one. Richard won a championship with us, a Cavs source told ESPN, not wanting to be named until the trade became finalized. That's the hardest part, is the blood, sweat and tears. That guy helped us win a F.ing championship. When I first interviewed Jefferson back in October 2015, it was clear that the near misses of his career weighed on him. Sure, he came into the league at 20 years old, stayed a decade and a half and earned well over $100 million in the process, so, of course, he was fortunate. But he was also the guy who started his career off with back-to-back NBA Finals losses, when he was with the New Jersey Nets, who was on the embarrassing USA Basketball bronze medal team in 2004, who left the San Antonio Spurs in 2012 only to see them win a ring in 2014, and left the Golden State Warriors in 2013 only to see them win it all in 2015. He was the runner-up. They also ran. That perception is all changed now. He leaves the Cavs not only with that championship in 2016, and oh what a championship it was, becoming the first team in league history to overcome a 3-1 finals deficit, against a record-setting 73-win Warriors team, while lifting a 52-year titleless spell in Cleveland, but as a true originator that connected the team to its fans in a ways that had never been done before. First he was responsible for the Cavs' unofficial mascot, Lil Kev, during their 16 playoff run, then he created the wildly successful Road Trippin' podcast with teammate Channing Frye, Cavs sideline reporter Ali Clifton and Cavs Spanish radio announcer Rafael Alcalde, that went from 1,700 listens in February 2017 just after it launched to more than 4.2 million listens in the 8 months since. Lil Kevin was a Tommy Bahama ad ripped out of an Inch Flight magazine, because the model loosely resembled Kevin Love, and then paraded on Jefferson's Snapchat account. allowing fans to follow along with the laminated legend. Road Trippin' became almost like HBO's Hard Knocks, only in podcast form, with the players choosing the production's focus, documenting the Cavs' bid for a repeat ring.